more minutes of this sounds all right.
Oh, yeah, we'll take that. OG tries to beat Paul off the bounce, or excuse me, Edwards off the bounce. Great recovery.
Welcome to the start of overtime presented by McDonald's. Let's take a listen into Nick Nurse, sounds of the game.
Long term, is Joel Embiid here in Sixer land? I'm curious. We'll see.
Well, coming up next in our doubleheader on ESPN, we'll head to Minnesota where the T-Wolves host the Warriors. Steph Curry arriving, leading the league in threes made per game. New York, a 60-47 lead. Mikal Bridges, hot tonight, 16 points, 4 of 7 from deep in that first half. Paul George, aggressive and effective on a night without Joel Embiid. Stay tuned for halftime, presented by Hyundai. We'll join Malika Andrews and Chiney Ogwumike after these messages.
On balance.
No, they don't. At that time, it almost looked like a first baseman. As Cal banks it in, he's mystified but appreciative. Tied after 3 in Philadelphia. Philadelphia down 13 at the half. Things just went their way in the third. Yeah, things like that. Big nights from Maxey and George, and that is gonna do it for our producer Ian Gruca, our director Billy Proctor, Cassidy Hubbard, Doris Burke, and our entire crew. I'm Ryan Rucco. Thanks for watching as we say so long from Philly. Coming up, it's the Warriors and the T-Wolves. Dave Pash, Tim Legler, and George Sedano. Take it away, fellas.
Well, you thought you'd seen it all out of Steph Curry, but it never gets old when he's doing this. He is cooking early, and it's exactly the kind of start Golden State needed.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Disney Cruise Line, where magic meets the sea. And Universal Pictures Wolfman, only in theaters Friday.
12. It wasn't just Steph Curry, but he certainly is the guy that took the lid off of things early. None tougher than this one over Rudy Gobert. Golden State with a huge lead as we go to the second quarter.
Take a look at who's ruling the court, brought to you by Burger King.
Well, already 4 different players with made threes for Golden State. They got into a really nice rhythm. The ball movement, what you expect of the Golden State Warriors, but then getting some guys that haven't made a ton of threes involved, and then Steph Curry really put on this show as the quarter came to a close, giving Golden State this huge lead. Now let's see what the response is going to be defensively from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
On a kick, how about Josh Hart and the vision?
The ability to come in transition, find your sprinting teammate. This next one, middle of the floor. Look to OG, pass to the wing, easy 3.
.11 Knicks lead in Philadelphia's second quarter action on ESPN.
Paul George starting to look a little bit more like himself. The numbers show it.
TB, it is now time for tonight's value play, brought to you by McDonald's.
So an up and down season tonight is very much up, following 27 points against Detroit in their last game out. Mikal came out firing from 3, was 6 for 6 off the first 6 passes. He's missed 3 off passes, but boy, he got going early this evening, coming off that 27. Now consider, if you have Maxey, And you have Paul George starting to round into form as he gets out in transition. The good push ahead. Mr. Embiid, where are you?
And after a long stretch with no whistles.
ESPN Bet is the official sportsbook of ESPN. Get in on trending parlays, daily profit boost, and exclusive talent markets all season long. Scan the QR code and sign up for ESPN Bet to claim your new player bonus. Plus, get your first 30 days of ESPN Plus on us.
See what I mean about the fight? Tyrese Maxey came out with intention here in the third. The wraparound pass to a wide open PG. And then the hustle play, right? Just watch this. Tyrese Maxey, chip it to yourself, young man. Nice finish.
25 to go in the fourth. Good one in Philly.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So important, Josh Hart. And watch Deuce McBride. He covers almost the entire floor, dead sprint, and it leads to a bucket on the other end. I mean, just love the absolute hustle from McBride. End to end, big time possession.
Tony Brothers, the referee, getting the worst of it at the moment. 9-0 run by Minnesota.
Digging a huge hole early. The offense had to get going, and you knew Anthony Edwards was going to be involved. He hit a couple of back-to-back threes to get started, but then Dante DiVincenzo, he's feeling it. And this looks a lot like the guy that we saw have that impact in New York a year ago. Offensively was a little bit of a challenge, changing teams, but he's found it. And then Anthony Edwards, once again, Minnesota, activity defensively.
Steph Curry, 14 points to lead the way for Golden State. Edwards with 12 for Minnesota. A combined 18 made threes between these two teams. The Warriors had a 24-point lead at one point, down to 13 at halftime. Malika and Chiney standing by after this short break.